Hey guys, it's Luke here. So, I decided to make myself a Telos guide for anyone who might be struggling with Telos or just needs to know the basic kind of information and how to do the boss fight. So, this is going to be one of my first ever guides on any boss fighting game. So, hopefully, I don't kind of screw this up too much, and hopefully, this might help you towards your first ever kill, or just picking up some tips and tricks along the way for making, or maybe making your trips slightly more efficient and using less food, etc. But either way, guys, hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully it does help some of you guys out, which would be like amazing. And apart from that, enjoy really. So let's get right into it. So guys, on screen right now is going to be my P1. So I'm just going to basically just let this go through and explain it, like the basic mechanics and stuff of this P1. So when you jump down at 0% enrage, Telos will start off with 400k life points. So your aim is for P1 to get it down to 300k life points, so you move on to phase 2. During this fight, you would expect 3 special attacks from Telos. Also, if you're unlucky, it can also spawn an animal bomb and also the green line as well. But we'll go into that a little bit more in depth later on. So for P1, I'd recommend bringing Dreadnips if you can, and also Weapon Poison. Also, from the very start of the fight, make sure you add Storm Shards because this might help you out for later on in P3, but we'll go into that a little bit more later on. In terms of styles to bring, you can bring whatever you like. Personally, I prefer melee, but that's just my own personal preference over any other style. But magic and range, as I said, does work fine. It's just whatever you prefer. So, as I said, um, the start of P1, you just want to phase it as quickly as possible and try to avoid the special attacks. But yeah, you get it down to 300k, and that's about it really. So that's basically P1 done. And yeah, but yeah, guys, we'll move on into the special kind of attacks that Telos does now. So moving into the actual start of the kill, just as you can see, I'm just making my instance. So when you go in, make sure you're fully potted and everything is up straight, which you need, like overloads, etc. So when you start the fight, P1 will always be with melee, so you can pray melee throughout the whole of the fight of P1. You don't have to switch out. So when you start off with Telos, it will do 7 auto attacks before it will do its first special attack, which will be the tendril attack. So all you want to do is put a dreadnought on it, put your shards on it, and build up your adrenaline up to your thresholds. So once you've built up your adrenaline and you put everything on that you can, the tendril attack will come. So the tendril attack will be the X amount of damage that you have to clear. So in a 0% enrage, it'll be a 3k damage you have to do to Telos to break off the tendril. And that's about it really. It's a very simple mechanic. Just make sure you've got enough adrenaline. The only thing with that, it can also stall your adrenaline as well and take away your life points as well and also heal itself at the same time. So moving into the mechanic number 2 of its special attacks will be kind of a charge up attack. To avoid this charge, you could either resonance the attack or just surge away. Uh, if you don't, it will do some topless damage into you, which you can't basically pray through or anything. It's either you know it or you don't. But also then the attack number 3 will be a kind of a stun mechanic where it will stun you and then you basically want to run out the way, otherwise it's going to hit you for damage and it also take away your prayer. So you just want to be careful. To avoid this, you could just simply um, freedom or just use anticipation when required. Also, another mechanic about P1, you want to stand in the green because it gives you adrenaline, but it basically is replaced with prayer points. But within that, you can build up to your thresholds a lot quicker and also your ultimates, so you can either do onslaught or anything within it. So, moving on to phase 2. So, it's very similar to phase 1. It's got the same 3 mechanics, which is the tendril, the charge ability and also the stun mechanic as well. The only difference with P2 is it does switch out to between melee and also magic attacks, and you've also got the black line as well. So the black line is basically if you stand within it, you're gonna get hit or your hits from Telos will be reduced, but it's also in cost of your damage done to Telos. So for this phase, in my experience, it's pretty better just to, when it's meleeing, is to step out and just do your thresholds, or you can do a Zerk if you want to into your thresholds to phase this slightly quicker. And when it's using magic, I would say stand in it, within the black line, sorry, and just then either use your defensive, so your uh, devotion, or you can use your debilitate, or you can actually use like resonance, or you can use barricade if you wanted to, or reflect just for an example. So P2 is basically that. So from P1, you should have your storm shards once again stacked. So throughout P2, once again, make sure you've got your storm shards fully stacked on there as much as possible for the start of P3 because it will definitely help you out. Once again, you can add dreadnips to this if you really want to, just to give it that extra bit of stall, but that's completely down to you. So once again, this will also have 100k life points at the start of, or it's 100k life points you have to deal, sorry, just like P1. So we'll come down at P2 at 100k, sorry, 300k, sorry, not 100k, and you want to get it down to 200k. So once again, just when you're outside, when it's using magic, stand in the black. When it's using melee, just use your thresholds outside to speed up the kill. So coming into P3, oh, sorry. This is just quick just showing you what the actual black line does, as you can see on the screen, as I did go into it roughly. But now, sorry, if we're coming into P3 now. So at the start of P3 for melee on low enrage, I personally wouldn't worry too much about the minions. You can pretty much get the minions done straight away, in my personal experience. So when you come down, just make sure you eat to full HP. Build up. If you got a sun spear, that'll be absolutely great. You can switch out, use your sun spear with your ring, a Dren pot, overload again if you wish to, if you need to. And then I basically just step in the side the red line, and then once you're in your Zerk or your sunshine or your whatever you want to be in, basically whatever ultimate you want to put in, stack up your storm shards and then just use your thresholds. For 0% enrage, you should not worry about the minions at all because they're not really needed. A nice little thing about P3 is that if you stand it within the red lines, you're going to do extra damage, but you're going to also get hit more as well. So it's kind of, you want to kind of base it around. Also, another mechanic on both sides of the P3, you're going to have two red bars. So you want to be within the basically the white part, or you don't want to go too much over to the left or to the right. If you do that, it's going to do an AoE attack, which can, depending on your enrage, it will increase, and it's, let's just say it's not fun. I've died to it many times, so you just got to be careful. You need to find the right balance, or just full out DPS and hope for the best. Another way to kind of get rid of it is make sure Telos A is not standing within the red lines, otherwise it's going to build up a lot faster. And also B, you can stand in the red lines to reduce it, but also you can kill the minions around um, to once again reduce it as well. So you just need to find a balance. But in low enrages, trust me, if you're using melee, just Zerk up, go into the red line, do your shatter, and then straight in and do your thresholds, and you should get it. You don't have to worry about the minions too much. So I also forgot to mention, also on P3, the initial three special attacks Telos does will then be reduced to two. So the only special ability he does not do will be the tendril attack, but he will still do the charge and also the stun mechanic as well. So just bear that in mind as well as you go. So guys, coming down into P4. So initially from P3, you've got 100k HP to go. So in this phase for 0% enrage, you're going to have to phase it 25k each time. There's three balls going around the arena, which is the green, the black, and also the red. So the only difference between this phase is there is an anima bomb and also the way to clear basically the animal bomb, and also you've got to avoid the one-hit mechanics that Telos also provides. So as you just seen on screen, the animal bomb did come out. If you don't res that, or yeah, if you don't res that ability, it's going to hit you damage. So by resing it, it also nulls out the damage that gets hit to you. So it's a good way to kind of avoid getting that extra bit of damage taken towards you, which saves you food. The only downside is that you need to kind of be straight by the orb, otherwise it can drain. I believe it drains your stats, but I've also noticed that it drains your overload very fast as well. So I believe it's a drain stat. So you need to kind of, once you get it, move straight into the orb to clear off the actual, or cleanse yourself basically. So just be very careful. So what I tend to do on this phase is obviously at 25k you've got the initial HP targets for when Telos goes down to prepare his animal bomb. So what I tend to do on this phase is every 3 attacks is his special attack. So what I tend to do is wait out. So say for example at 51k it's just literally done its special attack. It will then take 3 more attacks for it to do its next special. So I tend to let it do its special, then phase it so it goes into this phase at the moment as you can see, and then it gives me time to focus on the minions, clear out the minions, and then it won't just hit me like that. As you saw on the screen, I should have stalled, otherwise he's going to do that to you. Because if your ability bar, as you well, you see the HP bar, then you see the initial bar which you've been obviously focusing on for the rest of the fight. That's at 100%, like fully charged. That will be the next special attack. So you need to kind of you can either tank it if you want to at low range, which doesn't matter too much, but obviously as you progress high, you want to obviously try and null that damage as much as possible because that can hit you full like 8Ks and stuff. Depending on your enrage, you just got to be very careful. So counting the attacks is very crucial at this stage. So exactly what I just did here, as you can see, I let it go through on a special attack, and then that's now going to be, as I said, 3 more initial also attacks before it does its special attack again. So in terms of the minions, what I tend to do is focus on the red first because that can stun you, and then just focus on the other minions and just kill them off. Inside the orbs, you could either barricade or you could use defensive abilities to kind of either decrease the damage taken or simply you can just tank it through. That's what I tend to do. Unless it's kind of getting to high range, then I like to kind of maybe use my defensives a little bit just to kind of get into that point where I don't use as much food going into like phase 5 and stuff like that. So that's basically P4 for you. So you just want to be careful, go around, avoid the one hit mechanics. Basically count down your attacks to well basically count well, watch the HP, count down until you get a special attack, then phase it, then kill off the minions, and then so far so far. And once you get that done, after the initial 25k is done on the last one, it's literally just home straight, finish it off, avoid the special attacks, and that is it. So that is basically Telos done for you guys. Hopefully this guide did help you out. For those people who are 0% enraged and slowly climbing at this moment in time. I also will do a P5, and hopefully for you people at 100% this will help you out. So, coming into P5 from P4, so this will only basically come through once you're 100% in rage. So anything below 100%, don't worry. At P4, you've got your kill secured, but anywhere past P5, sorry, 100% is now P5. So the the fight becomes slightly more challenging, but it kind of in a good way. It gives a more sense to the boss. So what I do at the start of P5, I obviously there's different color minions, just like before in P4. So you got the red, the green, and also the black. So wherever, or say for example, for this particular start of my P5, I managed to get the green minions. So I went to the northwest of the arena. There's like a green pad on the floor, and basically you just want to kill all of the minions within that green area and build up the anti-animal bomb, which then you'll need for slightly later on. So yeah, so as you can see, basically over time, once you've killed off the minions, he'll go into kind of, or he preps his main animal bomb, which then the anti-animal bomb is then to cancel off the thing. So basically for this P5, the only things you have to kind of figure out and kind of work with is knowing what to do. So going back from the previous fight, obviously you've got the red, you've got sorry, the black, and also you've got the green beams. So you need to put that into consideration of what to do here. You've also got the fallen rocks as well. So once again, just be careful. So see if you see like an animation come up of like rocks coming down. All you want to do is just simply move away from that spot. Otherwise, you're going to take even more damage that you kind of don't want to take. Also, when you do get minions spawn, after a while, you also get bled. So you can get bled either. It will come up at the bottom as an icon. So if it comes up with red, you want to move to the red to cleanse yourself so you don't get bled anymore. And obviously, if it's green, you go to green. If it's black, you go to black. Basically, vice versa and all that. So for this P5, what I tend to do is I tend to go to the green to build up to get to my assault. Build up, and then say if red is right next to you, I would pop over to the red, and then I would then threshold it basically. What the threshold does, obviously in red, will increase the damage, and when you're in Zerk, you should be hitting those 10 to 12 Ks hopefully. Also, what you saw on screen, I did manage to kind of mess up the minion, but at this moment in time, you can also use Immortality, which gives you your full HP back, and also it doesn't one hit you. I think it's kind of bugged at the moment, but you can always put that into consideration. So once again, as you can see, I did this time manage to get the red minions. So once again, you just go over to the red, like little area orb thing on the floor from P4. You want to basically activate that by killing four of them. As per usual, you just kill four of them because each is 25%. And then you just want to move over and just simply just DPS Telos down, and that is about it. And that is P5 done. Obviously, I had a lot of struggles with this as well myself coming into it, but it just takes a bit of time to understand what exactly is going on. But all you want to do is kill your minions, then go to the red or the green, whatever is closest, and just full out DPS as much as possible. When the main animal ball comes up, you just want to activate it to cancel off and go back and DPS. So you just want to clear minions and just DPS as far as possible, and also avoid the fallen rocks as well. Either way, guys, hopefully this guide does hopefully help you out a little bit more into depth. As I said, as the start, it is my first guide, so if I did screw anything up, then I apologize sincerely now. But I think it went okay, but I'll let you guys decide that. And if I did miss any information out, then just please let me know, and I'll try to fix it and put it in the comment saying like during this phase, make sure to do this or this, and it will help you out. But either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the support, guys, and also for the like the subscribers also within the last week or so. Just coming back into YouTube has been insane as well. So thank you so much for all that. But yeah, guys, once again, hopefully this guide did help, and hopefully you guys can get your first kills or hopefully progress onto higher ranges. But apart from that, happy Telos hunting, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys, and have a great day. Bye.